The situation in Russia is very interesting. So you can see that NATO has almost encircled Russia. And there's a very interesting parallel to what has happened in Russia under Putin and what is happening in the United States. So I was in Russia in the 1990s, and in the 1990s you essentially had 10 points of power in Russia, 10 decent-sized power blocks. So the former remnants of the KGB, the oil ministries, the 7 oligarchs, etc. That gave a lot of freedom to Russian TV because you could usually get something out under one of these oligarchs. Each one almost owned their own TV station. Really good, politically aggressive TV environment. However, that also led to a situation where Russia was extensively looted. And it was looted by some of these oligarchs, and it was also looted in cooperation with companies in the West. Money was pumped out, etc., etc. So there was not enough centralization of the most important dictates of power in Russia, which is to stop the country being looted. Putin tamed the oligarchs by sticking Khodorkovsky in prison and by exiling Berezovsky, etc., etc. And the others came in under him. And so you had a political centralization of power in Russia under Putin and his lot. Which is not right to say that Russia is not a democracy, but electoral democracy is just a very small component in how power is actually managed in states, all states. Now in the United States, a similar thing has been happening over the last it's very clear over the last 6-7 years, that there has been a centralization, a consolidation of power under the national security complex. And you go, well, how do you know that that's true? Well, this rumor, that rumor. You can see it very clearly in things like the budget for the US State Department. The budget for the US State Department used to be an independent point of power, independent point of diplomatic power. It was moved in under the national security budget. Incredible thing. That the State Department, in a budgetary sense, is now subordinate to the central militarized complex, and that's happened to many, many different industries. So in order to get anything serious done now, in order to get anything serious done in Russia, a really big, serious project, you'll probably need a sponsor who has some connections into this central pyramid of power in Russia. It's not that to start up a milk bar you will need this, you won't. But to start a big business, you will need this. In the United States, you will also need this.